Hello, crafting buddies. It's Late Night Lori. Big surprise there. Welcome to Lori's Little Bit of Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, coming to you on Tuesday, July 8th at 11:36 p.m. here in the Midwest. I'm in Wisconsin. Let me get my other device up so I can see if anybody's going to join me this late or early, depending on where you are. I'm waiting for my iPad to kind of catch up with me. And hopefully things are in focus. They look just a little blurry to me, so hopefully they'll be okay. But we're going to use a Perfectly Pears stamp set. I'm going to show you how these distinctive stamps work. If you've not seen them before, they are gorgeous. I'm also going to do a little Stampin' Blendin'. Okay, and let's fix my little thumbs up guy here. Can't lose my thumbs up. And this paper, which is gorgeous. I'm going to look at creating with this very dark piece that can sometimes be a little scary because it is so dark. Let me match these back up. But these papers are just gorgeous. Last night I did this card here, and my iPad is showing this super blurry, but my camera is showing it fine. If you're with me, let me know if you're blurry or not. I don't know if I can zoom. I think I might have tried to zoom. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll see. It looks a little blurry to me. Maybe the replay will be okay. If it's too bad, maybe I'll have to try to stop and come back on. Moving the camera seems to have made it worse on my iPad. Let me... Now it seems like it's kind of buffering too. I think what I'll do is I will stop and I will come back on because my iPad is really going slow. Maybe it's my internet. Technology, you know, you can't live with it. You can't live without it. I think I'm going to keep going and hopefully it'll clear up. This is the card I did last night. We used some die cut pieces and I used the dies from the Perfectly Pears and just cut out from the designer series paper. So the dies will cut out all of the images except for these small Darling Duckling pieces, but these papers are gorgeous. So if you can't see them, I apologize and I will probably do another video. But this is the page where the dies cut out the big pear, the stem and the leaves, the pair of pears, and then these, I think they're pretty in pink flowers. And there's the other piece of that one that I was working with yesterday. And then here's the dark piece. Kind of regal looking. And then this is more of the Darling Duckling. Broad spectrum there. And then some old olive and maybe some Calypso coral. I don't know. But let's do some playing here. Get the papers out of the way. Some of this I did ahead of time to kind of speed up the process. But this is my designer series paper sheet that I'm going to use. Actually, I might use this one because I like the placement of this pear that's got some of the coloring that I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I'm going to put it on a Darling Duckling card base. So that's 8.5 by 5.5. I've got it scored at 4 1/4. If you've watched me before, when I do my card bases, I take a whole piece, I score it first at my 4 1/4, and then I turn it and I cut it at my 5.5. So I have two bases. with the second card ready to go. All right, let's score this one more time here. And I am also going to use this Mossy Meadow and Gold. Where's the English? There we go, Mossy Meadow and Gold trim, because I think it is really pretty. So I think what I'm going to do is just put it here, but I'm going to use the gold side tonight. When I tied my bow yesterday, I made sure that the old olive side was facing out. But tonight I'm going to use the gold side. So I already have a piece snipped there. So I see some people are coming on. Let me know if it's super blurry, because it's looking blurry to me, but it might just be my iPad. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and use some tear and tape to just put these edges down of the ribbon. There we go. I like to burnish it a little bit onto my paper so that it adheres a little bit better. Sometimes if I don't push it down really good, then the tear tape lifts off my paper, and that is not ideal. All right, so people are leaving. I think what I'm going to do is stop my feed and come back and try it again. So hold tight. We'll try this again.